and
make it clear of what you want to do. Don't assume that people are going to just know you want to be a media personality because you're in front of a camera at every event. Okay,
Yeah.
that's nice, but we don't know I don't know what you want to do unless you speak up.
Right. Now, when you started at 99 Jams, what was your plan on moving up at the station?
Well, what's crazy is when I started at 99 Jams as an employee, because I
Right.
entered there for free for over a year. And so when I started there as an employee, like I said, they put me together with my partner in crime at the time. And like the result of like the feedback that we were getting, like we really, I don't care what anyone says. If you hear differently, they're lying.
Gotcha.
We literally ran the city. We had all the clubs unlocked, all the events. We hosted everything, like, and everyone tuned in. Like our ratings were through the roof. And it was really like one of the first times that a hip hop station put a guy and a girl together and that they were partners, not one above the other. So
Yeah.
we spoke the same time, like we had segments, we did stuff together. So that's when like a lot of the people, even radio now follows that
Format.
footprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like that before. It was like the main guy on the station and maybe a girl who would talk here and there.
Right. It's
So
important that, oh, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
It's important that you said that you, when you were an intern, you didn't get paid, like you did a whole year. And a lot of people now in today's age, like they don't want to work for free. So it's really important that, especially in this industry, that you have to sometimes, not get those checks or not get that money but for your dreams. So that's really
I know
important.
in these time the times that we're living in now, it's really hard to tell your parents I'm working somewhere for free and all your time is being devoted to that place.
Yeah.
But there has to be a dedication and a vision to know that in the long run, God's will, it will pay off. Because like my mom was super pissed at the fact that I got fired from my job that had 401k benefits. I was
Right.
young and I was like, with all these things, and then it went away and my mom was not happy about that. But I had to like let her know, like, Mom, I'm on a mission right now. I'm really focused and I'm not going to mess this up. And that's what happened. It's
I can
not
totally
easy.
relate to that because when my mom, I told her I was on radio, she was like, I don't know, like it's not a practical 9 to 5. So sometimes I think moms just want you to, they just don't want you to struggle in a sense. So I
Yeah, they
think
want you to
mom's just looking out.
succeed, live comfortable. I got
Right.
you.
So the
Hmm.
city of Miami love you, and they have listened to you every day for many years. Do you feel there's a responsibility to your listener?
And what do you mean, like a responsibility to my listener?
Like, do you feel like it's a responsibility for you, like, to give them the news, like, give them the pop culture? Like, do you feel like, because some personalities, I feel like kind of put on a front certain things with certain topics and stuff like that. So how do you feel like? How do you connect with your listeners? Pretty
I
much,
think
I'd say.
the best part about my job, like, yes, I've in like in all the years that I've been Supa Cindy on the radio, I've got to travel all over the place, go to award shows, everything paid for. Like, yeah, it's awesome. But like, I don't know if you guys could Google an old interview. Like, to me, what drives me is my community, is my audience. That is my favorite part. Like when I'm just pushing my cart in the grocery store and someone recognizes me and starts talking to me, I love all that stuff. COVID was extremely hard for me because I no longer got to connect in person with my
Right.
my listeners. There was no more events. I couldn't go to a community fair or something like that and talk to people. But I think a lot of radio personalities, hopefully at this point in their career, understand that it's not just about social media and IG and your photo shoots and your pictures. It's really about connecting with the audience, because if you don't have a connection with the audience, they're really not willing to listen to you when it's important for them to listen. And they're not going to trust you as being the voice of information, something funny, entertainment. Like if you don't have that connection with your audience, then it's really like pointless. Like just
Right.
do a podcast and be in your living room by yourself and whoever logs on logs on. It shouldn't be like you really, I even started my own nonprofit, Super Friends. Like you really need to connect to the community in whatever city that you're working in.
You're dropping so many gems and so much insight I'm getting from just looking at you and seeing how far you come with your career. It's just very inspirational. So it's
Thank
just
you.
it's an honor to be sitting here talking to you.
Thank you so much. I
No
appreciate it.
problem. We have a question from a student. What qualities is needed to have a successful radio career?
I would say definitely being a people person, being relatable. Like when I meet people, they're like, "Wow, you sound just like you sound on the radio." And I'm like, "But it's me." You know what I mean?
Right.
Some radio personalities, like they'll talk like this, and then when they get on the radio, "Hey, 99 Jails, it's Supa Cindy," or whatever
Yeah.
voice they change to, and they're not themselves. I think the best part to like definitely be yourself, be original, because you have to separate yourself from the hundreds of other radio personalities that are on in different markets, different cities, now online, and you can listen online. So just be yourself, and you have to have patience and be a people person, I would definitely say.
Right. I've met a lot of people that are they kind of just want to they kind of just want the fame and they kind of don't want to work for it. So
Yeah.
it's good to hear you gotta be a people person. That's really dope. So this quote, "The dream is in your hands." What does that mean to you?
I would say that definitely God is in control, but it's up to you to whatever talents and gifts that God has given you to take your dream and control it, because someone else cannot make your dream happen. If even if someone steps to you and says, "Hey, this radio station in North Carolina is hiring." If you haven't been studying your craft, perfecting your craft, working hard, then it's pointless that that station is hiring and you try to apply, because you haven't been working on yourself to get better and better. So your dream is definitely in your hands, because you're in control of whether your dream happens or not.
Right.
So that's what I feel when I hear that. Like, if you're going to just lay back and let things fall into place and, oh, if it happens, it happens, you're never going to get anywhere. You really have, this is like radio, honestly, is a 24-hour job, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Researching news, like, especially now with social media, everything comes out like this. So if you're not on top of your game and you don't know the latest news of what happened to this artist and they were in a drive-by or whatever the story is, then, like, you know what I'm saying, you have to be on at all times.
And on your toes and your feet, because sometimes things
Yeah,
happen, things change, and it's live. So sometimes certain things may happen that you didn't plan for, but you gotta think on your feet and be ready and be very alert. Su-
definitely.
Super Cindy, it was an honor again to be here with you. You're super dope. Please let people know where they can follow you and any updates that's going on with you in the future.
Yeah, so like I said before, I have my nonprofit. I also have my media company called Cindy Media. I want you all to check out my YouTube page, because I come out with ciphers, and I'm actually working on an all-female cipher. And
Oh,
yeah, so I've done, like, I started out with Miami Cipher, and then every year I was coming out with another cipher. I came out with an LGBTQ cipher. Bobby Lights was on it from Love and Hip Hop.
okay.
Yeah, so I want you guys all to go to my YouTube page and check out all my music videos and the music that I'm working on. Also, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything is Supa Cindy, Supa Cindy, and DM me, hit me up. Um, yeah, and like I was telling you, Lamarck, that if you want to be in radio, even if a station is not hiring, perfect your air check and send it out everywhere. Find out the email of the program director in every city and keep sending it. You know what I'm saying? You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. And even if they're not hiring right now, they're hiring eventually, and they can
Right.
be that you can be in their folder of favorites. You never know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's right. But follow me, Supa Cindy, Supa Cindy.
Make sure you guys follow her. I definitely am getting her Instagram right after this because she's super dope. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and you're amazing and very inspirational. Again, thank you guys so much for listening. My name is Lamarck. You can follow me at Lamarck_fresh on Instagram and Twitter. And make sure to follow Create the Dream Co. on LinkedIn and Instagram, and use the hashtag Dream Conference 2021. Stay tuned for the next segment. See you guys later.